Well, how's it going, Kingsmen? Welcome back to another NTW3 battle. Today we have Wagram, a 4v4 clan battle. I'm not remembering the clans off the top of my head. At the end of the battle, I'll say which clans they were. But yeah, like I said, 4v4, beautiful map, and very interesting assortment of positions here on the French side, who's what we're viewing. I have the clan, or the cores for the French side as well. So we have a 8-point Bavaria, 6-point Württemberg, 10-point Davout, and 10-point Massena. You can see the two 10-pointers in the back lines here. And you have Davout shifting left, interestingly enough. Now there is a Austrian core here, and then two in the center, plus one on the left side that Bavaria is going to go over. It looks like Massena may be reinforcing him. So already some interesting choices on maneuvering, at least for the Imperials. Now, of course, the Coalition, it's mostly a defend map. You can see, if I enlarge the map, most of the LOCs are held by the Coalition, at least to start out. So usually it's a bit more of an attack map for the French Alliance. Well, I'm assuming the Austrians are going to do some scouting, and at some point they may discover where all the French units are. And you can already see on the map several light cavalry, which is exactly what you should be doing. You should throw that light cav out. And of course, the French should be throwing their cav out to counter the Austrian scouting cav. Now, Bavaria, he may be trying to go for this LOC. If he can intercept Austria reinforcing here, then you can easily put 20 points right here, which it looks like I said, Davout and Massena both shifting left. Maybe Württemberg is going to be a distraction for the Austrians, but I'm sure Austria may shift over. We'll see. We will see. Artillery already for Bavaria. Is that a 12-pounder? Set up nice positions here. Firing on some Austrian cavalry as it is right now. Looks like Bavaria isn't being super aggressive. Oh man, I do love me a Bavarian army. Very nice. They have the square bulls up here. Let's get a nice picturesque look. Look at these dudes. Look at them. Yeah, but so far not a lot of action. Like I said, Van Damme, he has some artillery he's going to set up, and he's probably just going to start shelling the Austrian position. I would not be surprised if Austria starts shifting forces here. If we listen for the drums. Nothing yet. We have troops probably right around here, but nothing here in the center. Like I said, two cores here. Usually on this map, guys, the French make a vicious attack in the center of this LOC. It's won or lost on who takes this, which can really settle things. Usually there's a fight over here and a fight right here. A lot of battles that I've seen on this map. So I love to see a little bit of a different priority on these cores. Now we do have the Austrians probing out with cavalry. We may even have infantry pushing. Maybe we'll have Austria attack over here. That would make it very interesting. A nice open fields here. Look at this. Look at this field. Ooh, that's beautiful. That is awesome looking. Usually you have all these French troops way back there. But a nice open field of play for both sides. Württemberg is pulling back little by little. What's this guy doing? Got a little ambitious. Like, oh, sorry guys, I thought we were to charge. Now I believe they have some horse artillery set up. Davout has a rear guard. No squares in there though. They have cavalry though. It's like some light, like a Chevalier looking unit maybe. Some chasseur cheval. I'd be concerned about no squares in the back lines here. There's a square there, but they're gonna pressure them at the same time. Shifting over here, Bavaria just chilling, waiting for Massena to push up. Ooh, a beautiful looking French army here. Classy looking uniforms. Look at those. Oh man, you guys at this point, I'm sure you know, I love the Grenadier uniforms for France. Look at that. just the drip. Of course, the Old Guard have the best, or the Imperial Guard have the best, but this comes pretty close. I'd wear it. It's also a nice look of the Bavarian infantry. Nice little wheat field they're in. We're starting to see some Austrian troops making their appearance. Classic blue pants, white shirt, entering the field. Staring him down. He's the Bavarian line. I believe artillery as well. Probably going to start pointing that direction. Ooh, ooh, ooh. How that thought. We have Austrian infantry making their appearance through the town. Bavaria pulling back. No reinforcements in sight yet, so I'm surprised that... No, let's get a zoomed out view here. Okay, so Austria is trying to keep away from Messina. Honestly, Bavaria is the weak point in the line at this moment. Yep, we have Austria pulling. Yeah, the French have consolidated. Look at this. You can see it all right here. All right here. That is the entirety of the French Grand Alliance army. All here in a half circle. You have Austria pushing here. They're shifting over here. They also look like they're pushing here. Interestingly enough, the 210 pointers seem like they're more in a reserve capacity, especially Davout. He's way back here. I'm assuming he's going to use this road to quickly get to the center here, support that line, but we do have contact being made, volleys being exchanged between Bavaria and Austria. I love how they're keeping this battle nice and orderly right now. It's easy to keep track of what's happening. You have more Austrians pushing from the town. And Bavaria doesn't, I mean, I would be pulling back too. A little outnumbered at the moment. Austria definitely has this in hand at this moment. There's a lot of troops pushing forward. Things are looking decent for them. This advance looking good. Currently. Look at that. Beautiful picture. Just absolutely gorgeous. Oh man, that's a screenshot. That's a thumbnail. That's a thumbnail if I've ever seen one. All right, we have cavalry rushing forward here, guys. This is gonna be a good battle. I have a feeling here. Is that the general? That's crazy. Our artillery is not this 12-pounder, but the other artillery is limbering up. So Messina is going to be the far extreme left flank for the French, and he's going to start pivoting and swinging around. Austria is going to try to mirror their movements at this point in time, but that's a massive corps. And both 10-pointers are about 100 men off, so 28 and 2,900 men. Here we go. We have Van Damme making contact as well with the Austrian line. Artillery set up in a beautiful position. We'll see if he's playing and holding here. Davout getting his infantry into the fight as well, supporting Bavaria, who is a little bit having a little pressure put on him, but looks like he's going to start making his stand here. Come on, Bavaria, fire! Yeah. Oh, we have a cav engagement over here. Some Württemberg cavalry getting charged. Broken up. Just a heads up, the Austrians do have more men. A significant amount. I mean, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,000 men versus your 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, almost actually, they're almost the same size, surprisingly. Both have, I mean, that's like over 20,000 men. Am I correct in that? I'm pretty sure I'm correct in this. It's 20,000 men. I'll do a calculation when I'm not thinking in my head about the numbers. I'm terrible at math, in case anyone is wondering. It's a miracle if I can add up at all. All right, Austria really putting the pressure on here. The French, I think, are almost in a position where they're going to stand and fight. Oh, we have a cav charge here. With no sound, great. That's just what I like. Oh, is that another cav charge? Nope. Wait, hold on. Gosh dang it. Fix thyself, sound. Oh, artillery gonna get charged. Austria really getting it. Nice cav charge on multiple areas. Ooh, they just shot up this Austrian line, though. Both sides actually putting the hurt on each other. Senna still advancing. Davout in a bit of a support capacity. Another cav charge going in for that artillery piece. Square form, cavalry ready to react. All right, the LLC should actually help anchor so they can readjust their line here. This is a problem. Look at this. Very problematic for the French. Cavalry and infantry just massed up. In fact, Austria's going in several places. Look, we have one over here against Bavaria. Two more against Württemberg. They do have squares here. There we go. The sound is fixed. Well, that's a cool looking unit. Gray and white horses. All right, the sound seems to have fixed itself. Oh, look at that, though. Oh, there's too many cool screenshots. There's too many. Things are heating up in an awesome, epic way. Fight ranging all the way to LOC. I would, if I was Austria, I'd stay away from this LOC, though. That's going to become a problem. He has some light infantry posted up here. Gonna start shooting on now. I think they're gonna use grenadiers to go in. No, that's not even grenadiers. Regular line infantry gonna go for that LOC. We'll see how well that goes for them. That could really depend on this flank. They have some more line infantry running forward to intercept. Oh, they're getting flanked. That may not have been a very good idea. We'll see. A nice long line battle though, guys. Look at this.
Our men are running first.
Looks like Massena going in, maybe for artillery, got stopped by a line of infantry, but he is really pouring in some beautiful regular volleys, forcing the Austrians to fall back. They are a little bit outnumbered on this side. Dragoons gonna push forward with Bavaria. Beautiful charge. Gonna pull back. That was a nice little gap in the lines here. I believe they lost the LOC already, which actually I really thought they would have maybe held a little easier. Things not going too well for them now. Württemberg on the retreat. France, Davout is gonna have to readjust his lines. So things, in a zoomed out view here, things are looking a little bit, maybe this is a little better. Things are looking a little rough. I could technically do the whole battle just from here. That's a very boring way to look at it though. I feel like, I mean, it can be fun for a little bit, but you don't want it too long. So yeah, LOC here, taken by Austria, and Austria's going to walk past it. Davout, it's a little tough right now. Obviously, you can see where the Austrians are very strong. Right here, they have two nice rows. We got a cavalry pushing over here. Bavaria charging with some cavalry. Beautiful charge there. Actually stopping Austrian cavalry in the tracks. This is what I'm going to look at for Austria's momentum. They're going to probably have some nice steady pressure here. Massena, I'm looking also. He is another runner-up for putting a lot of pressure on the enemy. I think Austria is going to be in a lot of trouble here. You can see two units breaking here. Artillery and infantry going for the rear guns. And he's going to break them as well. That was worth it for those chasseurs cheval. They may not make it out of there, but they did their job. No way they make it out of there. What? And they got away. That's like putting salt in the wounds of the enemy. Like, cavalry went in there, killed two guns, and got away. Talk about a sting. Now, with Massena shifting a lot of pressure here, it's going to either force the Austrians to readjust their lines or force them to put even more pressure here. Now, I'm not seeing any more walking forward for the moment. Austria seems to be actually shifting a lot of troops this way, so maybe this unit will take up this line. They do have reserves they can shift up. I mean, obviously, Massena on the far opposite side of the battlefield. That's going to be a little rough getting reinforcements shifted over there. Now, he can pull back to the town, make it a little easier for him to defend. But Massena's doing beautiful. Doing an excellent job right now. Now, keep in mind, Austria's not broken yet. They're starting to take a lot of losses, and they don't want that without being able to exchange a little damage with the French. The French are just striking in fast and hard. Wagram has one of the most beautiful maps, in my opinion. Alright, both sides seem to have disengaged just a little bit here. France actually gaining some momentum. I was really concerned about this. Surprised they're not putting more pressure. They were really winning over here. I'm really surprised that they're pulling back from this. I mean, I get it. They don't want their center or right to fall. But it may be easier to just keep pressing. I don't know. We'll see if that actually was a good decision. Like I said, Austria is not collapsing. And now they have some terrain, which is going to help them quite a bit here. We'll see how Massena takes this. He may go for a full-on melee. But Austria now going to stand their ground, and we'll see. Oh, they're going for melee. Austria's in trouble. This is where things start to go badly. Yep, called it. They definitely dished out a little damage in that bayonet charge, but France took it and ran with it. Street fighting, Austria will not excel. They will lose a city fight. And look at this, guys. Massena has a whole line plus reserves. Does he have his grenadiers in the reserve? Nope. Where are they? I know he has them. Oh. Dude, Massena, where's your grenadiers? Oh, there they are. Alright, so cavalry's starting to shift around, so this is where maybe Austria can make a stand here. You don't want to frontally charge the Austrian line. You can see they broke that first once they made contact, but then they broke to just some nice volleys. Now the Austria's in position, and they are standing shooting. It may take a second. I wouldn't even readjusted my line yet. I would have stayed here and let the cavalry start making the French worry about their left. Oh. Cavalry charge here, and I see another one going for the guns. This is huge if they take this out. Ooh, artillery getting caught in the middle of it. They break. That would have battered Davout's corps pretty badly. That was a lot of guns. For at least 8-pounders, if not a 10-pounder. Probably is a 10-pounder, actually. All right. I see a column being made. Oh yes, this is the attack column. The strategy of France, forming up into a massive column and then going right at the enemy. Now, the only thing that France needs to do is clear this line and this line to make it nice and clean, which they are doing. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful. Gonna keep shooting them down. Austria has to see this coming. I mean, okay, let's see from their perspective. How about that? All right, here we go. That's what they see. All right. That's what they see. Coming at them. What do you do? That's the question. What do you do in this exact scenario? Run, shoot as fast as you can, fight. There is a total of, let's see, 100, 200, 300, 400, 580-ish. 580 men rolling right at you. What are you gonna do against this? Reserves is what they're going to stack up against it. I hope nothing else is happening anywhere else, because this... something is happening somewhere else. Alright, I'm gonna skip over here real quick. Looks like France went for a melee. Oh my gosh, I missed a cav charge too. Dang it. I saw the column thing, and I mean, it's not a super big cav charge, but Massena's getting charged up, and now Austria's going to advance. A little bit of a melee here. Gotta go back to here. The initial charge here. Austrians breaking, reserves getting committed here now. It's a grand melee. I think Austria is going to lose this. Oh, cavalry trying to support, but there's reserves behind the line too, so... I mean, Austria's definitely wavering. They've lost another unit here. Beautiful execution by Davout. Over here, looks like Bavaria still... Some Bavarian cavalry. Challegiers mixing in with some hussars and lines of infantry. France has slowly been inching up in the town. Cavalry still behind them, and there's actually no French cavalry really to defend this rear. This is going to become a problem for Massena very quickly. Now over here, both sides have committed several units. France is breaking through though. Mass rout from Austria. A mass rout. But they are committing more troops. In fact, they have cavalry here, it looks like, going for the guns and lines of infantry. A morale boost has been popped. Things are still, I mean, not looking good for Austria, but looking a little bit better. Bavaria charging up with cavalry. Yeah, they're really actually cutting into the Austrian lines. Here we go. Austria going on the defensive as France charges forward in the streets. And to that left side here. Watch out for that cavalry behind you, though. Moving forward, Austria trying to reform, trying to stay out of melee range. Hey, this attack actually worked. Those reinforcements shifting this direction are now relocating themselves. Now, France didn't get the breakthrough they probably wanted, but it definitely allowed them. Man, look at the dead here. It did help them. They are pushing forward. Württemberg pushing forward, retaking some of that momentum here. But Austria is still in the fight, and they are not going to give up that easily. France is going for the LOC now. And they take it. This counterattack, it looks like Württemberg maybe is going to pull back a tiny bit. They're actually going to get... Oh, man, look at this flank that's wide open. France isn't even with Württemberg. Van Damme is totally on their own. They have troops marching almost to their far rear. They gotta be very, very careful here. Davout is not attacking with them. There's a reserve pushing forward, but still, this whole Württemberg core, section of this core could be destroyed. Bavaria has done very well. You can see they have thrown themselves way past this grove of trees here. They're taking on some hussars again. France has definitely occupied this town, and they are pushing forward now. You have the Austrian line still trying to hold their ground. France just keeps moving forward. Let's see, Württemberg did lose 2 lines of infantry here, but they are pulling back here. We are going to have Davout's reinforcing corps ready to put themselves into position here. And actually, you know, those reinforcements from Austria, they are definitely needed over here, but they're shifting over here. Yeah. France is just rolling over Austria, and unfortunately, they don't have those reserves because the reserves had to be committed over here against Davout. And now France is using the town to quickly mobilize, because the road does give you a movement bonus. You move quicker on it. Gonna keep trying to push. Oh, look at these grenadiers. Pretty fresh. Only lost 3 men. Things are looking up, though, guys. Things are looking good for France right now.
Our men are running first.
All right, honestly, they're back where they started. The French are back where they started. And that may have been more of a diversion of pull troops away so that Massena can continue to push with Bavaria. And it seems to be working. I mean, this line is collapsing, not collapsing, but it is folding inwards slowly and steadily. And pretty soon here, Bavaria is going to be able to join this fight on the far right. Just give a little ground. You don't need to hold this ground right now.
Fallen to the enemy.
It's been an awesome battle, though. I'm loving it. Just epic. Just awesome. Oh, this mod will never get old. Sometimes I don't have time to record these, but it doesn't mean that I don't want to, you know? I always, oh man, always feel better after I've been able to watch a replay with some amazing strategy. Now, of course, I do kind of miss playing every once in a while, you know? It is time consuming. If you don't know that about NW3 matches, it can take 2 hours for people to join, get your armies built, join. There's usually at least one crash. Restart the game, you know, like it is a time-consuming affair, but very fun. And there's a reason that how long have I been recording NW3? How long? It's been 3 years? 4 years? I don't know. I have a couple hundred videos of just replays. Let's take a moment to do some ASMR volley fire. There's no artillery, but... Man, Austria is pouring in. Look how fast they're firing. Like, I feel like there's a difference in how fast. Like, look at the flashes here versus here. Good grief. The fire is definitely, it's a drastic difference. These guys are just peppering them down so quickly. These guys are firing in a more volley-like fire, but still, like, they are not firing as fast as Austria is. They definitely love their volleys, though. I'm not saying nothing wrong with volleys, you know? Alright, so we have Massena, he is diverting from this small holdout of Austrians to the main fight that is still going on. I'm afraid to say, or I'm sorry to say, because I do like to see the coalition win sometimes. I mean, I like seeing both sides win, but I hate if it's just a bunch of French wins over and over again. But it's probably going to be another French win. They just have played, both sides have played well. The French just have a little bit, I think they have speed on their side. And they position themselves, like Austria had forces in the wrong areas. I think there's a reason why they focused this side. One corps was here, one corps held the center, and there were 2 Austrian corps over here, which is why they were winning over here. But then they started shifting because they're losing over here, and that's when the counterattack by Davout forced them to shift back over here. And they played the maneuvering game and won. In my opinion, it was a bunch of maneuvering by France that won them the day, just choosing the right spot to attack, and Austria had the wrong spots. Let these guys get some shooting off. See how fast it actually takes. We find someone that just shot. Gosh dang it, where are they? Nope. Gosh, I was gonna time it. Let's see how long it takes in a reload. Psh. Stand your ground, one cotton picking moment. Here we go. You know, these guys want grenadiers backing up 3 columns of line infantry. That is ready to roll. That's ready to rock into some Austrians. This is where, in all realism, Austria would be retreating. They would have a rear guard and they'd pull away if they could. They have cavalry, reserve cavalry committing to the fight to save their infantry, and the infantry be marching away, like they'd be disappearing off the field as quickly as possible. In order to save your entire army, you would have a rear guard and everybody else would be retreating to prevent a rout. Oh. Yeah! Some hand-to-hand combat. Ooh, got him. The moment that Austria turns, they are going to get destroyed. But there's only so far you can retreat, you know? Chasseur Cheval getting in it. At a certain point, it's like, well, we just stand our ground and, you know, start firing. Like these guys. They're probably just going to, if I were them, I just, you know, be like, all right, well, let's just commit to this. This our last stand. They have excellent firing. Here we go. That's exactly what Austria is doing. Yep.
Our men are running, sir.
Oh, yeah, see, they're shredding up the Wartenberg lines. Over here, things aren't going so hot. Although they did actually throw back some of the French. Maybe whatever they're doing is starting to work a little bit here, but I'm seeing the right side pretty much collapsing as Bavaria keeps going. Nice flanking charge with the cavalry. Yeah, I'm not even paying attention to this one. Sorry, guys. I mean, it's just Austria firing on some of Massena's corps. They take this LOC. And they're going to pull back again. They're going to get charged this time. I think they are not going to get away. This is it. Oh, is that a... Oh, no, Davout. Dang. Oh, he's gonna die.
Our men are running.
He gonna die. Is he getting away? Nope. They got him. Well, Davout's general's dead, but won't stop his corps from still fighting at this point. The whole right side has collapsed. I'm going to hit the password button here. I think things are pretty much at a loss. Now, here's where we start considering LOCs. Now, these lines, I'm sure I've explained it before. I'll explain it again anyway. You have to have connecting LOCs for them to count. Like this one, if the enemy seizes one, then if you don't have one of these going off the map, see the enemy has this one too. This won't matter if the enemy has... No, sorry, gosh. These won't matter if the enemy have, you know, the ones that go off the map. So, Austria has this one, probably not for super long. France has this one. I mean, I doubt this is going to go down to LOC necessarily. But you never know. Never truly know. But at this point, I think it is over and done. I may skip ahead, and if something happens, LOC-wise, besides just running down retreating troops and killing them, if something big happens, of course, we'll put it in. Otherwise, we'll get to the end results here. But a beautiful battle so far. All right, guys. So, as it stands, you see LOCs here to here, up to here. This one's being fought over. Yeah, but it looks like LOC victory and battle victory. So unless something changes, we'll skip to the end and see the results of this battle. But yeah, it's just been a lot of running around grabbing LOCs for both sides. All right, a victory, guys, for the French side here. Actually, let me pull up. I still gotta know. I still gotta figure out. I don't know the core. Oh, he didn't say. Bummer. All right, well, I'm sorry. Someone hopefully in the comments will mention who the cores were, because I don't know. Or sorry, not the cores, the clans were, because I want to give them credit where credit is due, and they both played well. But let's go over the results here, as you can see. So we have on the French side, you have Taki. I believe he was playing Massena. He had 2,042 for the kills, a lot of kills. Mini stop as Württemberg was 623. Limini, as I believe Davout with 1847, and then that Spanish artillery man as Bavaria was 1681. Other side, Stardust with 1059. Munkus with 830. M 1946 and Yeet with 1214. So man, almost 2,000 kills for Austria and 2,000 kills for the French. But you can see the armies were massive, the kills were massive, the deaths and losses were really, really insane. So I would say that was one for the books and a beautiful battle. Well played on both sides. But that'll be for me today, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Stay safe, and I will catch you all in another video.